Hey, this is Jesse Eker, and this is issue number 6 of the Millionaire Mindset in Times of Crisis. Today's issue is literally all about how to become a leader that people want to follow. And I'm not just talking about your business or your clients. I'm talking about also the people you live with, your family, your friends, your community, yourself, right? This is an opportunity for you to practice leadership, for you to practice becoming that leader that you've always wanted to be. Listen, people in this type of situation are looking and grasping for anyone, a voice that they can follow. People are desperate for someone to get in front of this message, to show them that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And you can be that person if you follow a few simple and practical strategies that we teach in the Step Up and Lead program. And I'm going to share with you a few of them right now that you can easily use right away. All right. So the first one is one of the most important is making sure that you're proactively creating a plan and strategy. Okay. So you have to think of the different situations that may happen in a crisis, right? There is everything stays the same, which isn't happening, but everything stays the same. And you have the plan and strategy to continue on with your life the way that things are. Then you have things shift a little bit, like what if situations, like what if the market dives? What if our income gets cut off? What if our business suffer? What if someone in our family gets sick? What if situations? And you start to create plans and strategies around this. See, one of the biggest mistakes people make is they don't create the plan and strategy first. So when things start to happen, when situations start to arise, people start to get into a very reactive state, which then is caused by making decisions based off emotion. And making a decision based off an emotion is probably one of the worst things that you can do. So when you're in the right headspace, when you're in the right state of mind, and you're logically thinking about this is the plan and strategy of like this what would happen, and this is like I'm thinking clearly right now, your decision making is going to be far superior than if you get put into a situation, you have to make a quick decision based off an emotion of like how you're feeling right now. You know, have you ever been in a situation where maybe it's an altercation or maybe it's a confrontation where someone says something and it like emotionally triggers you and you either don't say something back or you say something and then later on you're like, oh gosh, I wish I said that as like something different, right? Like it was a reactive message that you said back. And it doesn't have to be something negative. It can just be like in the moment, right? So something like, but like if you were prepared, right, and you were proactive with planning different situations of like what this person might say, then you probably would have answered it the way that you wanted to. And it's no different with every part of our life. When we're prepared, when we plan for a situation, when we create a strategy in a clear mind and clear state, then when it comes down to it, our decision making becomes much easier. And what happens is actually the uncertainty of fear around what's going on becomes much less because we have a plan and strategy in place, right? So that's the first tip that comes from our Step Up and Lead program. Another amazing tip that I think that is really, really important right now is understanding that plans and strategies only go so far, right? Have you ever made a plan where it doesn't go the way that you thought it would? I'm sure that's happened more than once, right? So plans don't always work out the way that we want them to, and the goal of having the plan is really seeing like, so the goal of a plan is to get to a specific objective, is to achieve something specifically that you want, an objective, like what's the result that we want. So we're creating a plan to achieve a certain result. If it's a lifestyle, if it's a milestone, if it's an accomplishment, what's the goal that we want to achieve? And we create the plan to do that. But lots of times that plan doesn't go as planned, right? So what do we need to do? Well, the worst thing that you can do is just stick it out specifically and just never make any corrections. But what great leaders do, and what you should do consistently, reflecting, is looking at the feedback that you're getting based off the actions that you're taking and asking yourself 3 specific questions. What's working? What's not working? And how can I improve this situation? Let me repeat that. What's working? What's not working? And how can I improve this situation? If you consistently give yourself that type of feedback on a daily basis, especially during a crisis like this where things are changing so rapidly, asking yourself daily basis, reflecting and getting that feedback, and then making the necessary corrections based off the feedback that you're getting of what's working, what's not working, and how can I improve or do things differently, then you're going to really lead in a great way. And also, you're going to get the results that you really want. The people who are following you are going to be able to see that you're making corrections and that you are someone that they want to follow, because you're not sticking to the guns of like, this is it, this is all or nothing. So making sure that you're doing that is really important for being a great leader. And the third thing that I want to share with you right now, the third thing is a really important characteristic of being a leader is having compassion and listening. Listen, like, you're not the right person. There's no right or wrong person. It's important to be compassionate about what other people are feeling, what they're going through, how they are perceiving what's happening. It's important for you to have your message, have your messaging, and have your plan and strategy. But it's also really important to listen to what other people are saying, to be compassionate and be empathetic of what they're going through. And if you come with that compassion to your leadership style, if you come with the purpose of serving and giving and compassionately leading, you are going to attract such a great community and tribe into your life. That people are going to love you for who you are. And it's really just, again, being compassionate of the situation, being compassionate of the people around you, and just, opening up your heart and being heart-centered through this whole thing. So getting out of your head, getting more into your heart is a really important leadership quality. All of these come from our program, Step Up and Lead, that Harv Eker created. This program is the ultimate leadership program. It's an amazing program that's going to talk about, again, like characteristics, talk about strategy, talk about leading by example. There's so many different things that we do in this program. And again, this is part of our giving back right now, where we've dropped this program discounted heavily to only $99 of our way of serving our community to help them get through this situation. Listen, this is our way of serving and leading. This is our example. I want to share our example of how we're doing it with you guys. So if you're interested in that program, there's going to be a button below this video. Go ahead and snag that for a ridiculously low price. We're just doing this for... we don't really have an expiration date of when this is going to end, but if that's of interest to you and you want to be more of a leader in this situation, then I recommend joining that course. Anyways, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate you listening. I hope you enjoyed this, and have a great rest of your day, night, whatever it may be. Don't wait, start today. Use one of those 3 tips that I gave today, or 3 guidances that we have as a company that we've put in place, and also what Harv's created. I mean, he spent his whole life leading teams, leading his life, leading his family through different situations, and there's no better person that I would want to learn from than him. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.